Hey everyone, welcome to Zoetic Chat, Unleash Your Life's Journey with me, John Mayfield. This ultimate podcast for spiritual guidance will answer all your life, soul and spiritual questions. I'm thrilled to have you join me every week. My vast knowledge, wisdom and experience are crucial to your personal and spiritual growth. Together we will explore a variety of topics and delve deeply into the truths of my life and spiritual path. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Hey everyone. Welcome to Zoetic Chat, Unleash Your Life's Journey, Redefining Mediumship. Part 2. From the platform to the portal. So many of you are beginning to know me as Steria, speaking from my soul more and more. So welcome back. In this episode, we're going to move from the platform to the portal, from performance to presence, from tradition to transmission. Because the old ways aren't wrong, but they're not always right for where we are going. The old ways aren't wrong, but they're not right for where we're going. And that is the same for many, many things in life. It's not wrong in that old way, but it's not right for where we're going. So the dolly tub on the yard with the mangle isn't wrong, but it's not right for where we're going, because we don't need to be spending a whole day doing our washing. But I think there was so much more love gone into the washing in those days. My grandma would spend an hour outside washing, scrubbing and all of that, and it was her life, and her mother did it before. And even when she was given a top-loading automatic washing machine, she still washed some of her clothes outside. And I think it was when you watched her, she held the clothes and almost stroked them into becoming clean, and battered some of them, my granddad's overalls and things like that. There's more of a connection then, because she seemed to have time. We don't seem to have time. Is there time? Do we need to use time? But we just stick it in a machine and it's done, because we're running around doing other things. So there's lots of different analogies that you could think of where the old ways aren't wrong, but they're not always right for where we're going or where we're at right now. Thinking also about when I first became a teacher, it was when computers very, very first came in, after the mainframe, when they came into education. So I became a teacher of the computer software. So like Microsoft Office, Excel and all of those. I was there to teach the students. Now, there was no books written about it. So we literally created tasks and wrote books the day before a class, or never a week before, because we couldn't keep up. But those days are gone. But those days were the old ways, and they weren't wrong. They were a progression. They were a step in the right direction. I've always loved technology. I do love it. And you'd think, well, people will say, well, you're all hairy fairy and lulu la la, but also you like tech. I do. I love technology. I've always got to have the latest phone. Well, not longer than 2 years old. I like my laptop. I like my computer for all different reasons. And I am a techie girl. And I do analyse things. So yes, I have got my woo-wee side, but also I've got that other side of me. So those computers were right at the right time, but they're not right for now because, wow, have we evolved, Jan, since that first time that I stood in front of that class teaching them where to put their floppy disk and trying to make them understand that you don't just place a mouse, you click it into place. And lots of other stories that I could tell you about how people thought they used a mouse and the lingo that went with it. Absolutely amazing. So what else can you think about that the old ways aren't wrong, but they're not always right for now? And I've always known this with my mediumship, my psychic, that there's more, there's more. And you'll very often hear me say, well, what's next? What's more? Why are you always looking for something else? I'm not looking for it. It will come to me. And then I get frustrated sometimes if it's not there when I think I'm ready. But usually I'm not ready. I just think I am. So talk a little bit now about why platform mediumship isn't the actual whole picture. So the truth for me is platform mediumship was a step. I did sit in circle. I sat in about 3 circles and I left them all because they weren't just doing it for me. I just didn't feel it. I didn't grow from it. The teachers, in all cases, tried to hold me back. I can hear them now. Oh, you can't really do that, Jan. Well, you can't see that, can you, Jan? Oh, well, that's not what I want you to do. They were trying to keep me in a cage and hold me into their beliefs and the way that they do it. That is not how you teach a medium. You teach a medium to access what they need to access, not the way that you do it. You could teach them to access the universe, and the universe will bring them what they need. So I felt caged as a platform medium, or in the circles that gave me the opportunity to be a platform medium. I just felt caged. Like I felt caged when my mother made me wear a coat and a scarf and tie a hat around my head that I kept pulling off. Why'd you keep taking your clothes off? You always used to take your clothes off when you was young. Yes, I did, because I don't like feeling caged. And I still don't. I don't like the restriction of clothing. I've nearly always got to have stretchy. And I bet a lot of you can resonate with that too. You don't like to be restricted. So the truth about the platform mediumship, I was offered occasional, it's your turn, Jan, come and have a practice on a Sunday or whatever day it was. It did teach me a lot. Did it teach me to hold a crowd? Not really, because the crowd were there for you, for the message. The crowd were there for the message and you were there to deliver. So I didn't need to hold a crowd. It did help me with how to deliver clearly. So to say what I was given and give it. It gave me the ability to trust the spirit energy, the soul energy in public. I always trusted it, but there's another level of trust when you get on a bit of a stage or a platform. It taught me to flow. It taught me to not stop and think. It taught me to flow. It taught me also philosophy. So to be given, I think some of the churches used to give you a word or a topic and you had to give philosophy on that. So you had to speak from spirit about, it could be courage or love or a word like that. And then the universe would give you everything that you needed. Some people were given far too much or made it up to fill in the gaps. Just give what you given. It taught me also what I knew that I wasn't. I wasn't to become a full-time platform medium. I wasn't to become caged by someone else. I wasn't to follow the crowd, which goes back to being the black sheep of the family. I wasn't there to just be stuck in a certain place. My life was meant to evolve. And I knew that, this is more than 30 years ago I'm talking about. And I've always been dynamic, always always knowing there was more and not want to settle. Look, I'm still not settled in my life now. And how old am I? 65. I'm still not what people call settled, like settled in one home, settled in one garden, settled with one partner. I haven't got any partners, by the way. That doesn't mean I've got loads. I'm not settled. Like my mum, settled in the house forever, settled with my dad before he passed. I'm not that settled. I'm not that. I always knew that there was more, and the more has come out. But sometimes I need to stand still and look back and think, actually, look how far life has taken me. You need to do that sometimes as well. Look how far life has taken you. Because sometimes you think you're doing the same thing that you did 10 years ago, but you forget about everything that you've achieved in the middle of it. So I did notice that something just wasn't landing right within those churchy, mediumship, platform times. They're all right for some people, and good luck to you. If that's your thing, that's your thing. It became very predictable. You stand on the stage, you give messages for so long, you give philosophy for another length of time, and you do this, this, and this. We were told what to do. Maybe that was my problem. Maybe I didn't like being told what to do. I don't know. But it did. It became very predictable. Audiences clapped at accuracy. They looked for proof. They didn't look for presence. They didn't look for feeling. They just looked for the accuracy of what their people were wearing, what they used to do in their lives, and that kind of thing. What were those audiences in those churches? What were they? Who are they? What were they really looking for? What did they get out of those times? I wonder. And many times I've sat in the audience in a church and listened. Even up as far back as only 6 months, I've been to a spiritualist church because I felt the urge. And it was always the same conversation, the same talking as when I was in them 30 odd years previous. Why did they compare mediums? Why did they? You can hear them saying, oh, she's good, or oh, I don't like her, or you'll get something from her. But on the night is on the night, isn't it? And what are you open enough to receive? They all say, well, I can't say they all say it. You hear it so often. Maybe they didn't give the messages they wanted to hear when they didn't like a person. Did they not like the person? Or did they not like the delivery? Did they not like the content? What is it? And remember, no one is ever going to be right for everyone, medium-wise or otherwise. Everyone is always going to be different. And I know that's not what I came here in life to do. But I know it was part of my journey to know and experience what I'm not supposed to be, but also to experience the cliqueiness of people often congregating in those churches. Instead of sitting there in acceptance of their energy and the vibration, just wanting that tiny piece of evidence, sitting in the hope that they would get it week after week after week, instead of embracing the love and the messages that medium was bringing through on that day. You're missing a lot when you do that, you know. I didn't come here to perform to someone else's script. And I didn't come here to have some society or person pull my strings. I came here to reconnect the field, to connect all of you to the energy, the vibration, and everything that surrounds psychic, medium, spiritual, to connect it all together for yourselves. Not only in grief, but also to connect to your own soul self, to remember in remembrance why you are here on earth. Why are you here? You've had all that taken out of you. You'll hear me talk and go on and on about soul connection. If you speak to your soul, connect to your soul, your life will change. There's no doubt about it, because your soul is here in that human body to have these experiences. Yes, we can take it a bit softly the other way and a bit softly that way. But once you connect to your soul energy, life changes. People who I've helped connect to it, lives change. When I connected to mine, my life changed. And it continues to change along the way. You don't just want to speak about the grief. You want to speak about the upliftment and the moving on and the connecting to the lives beyond lives. The connecting to them, realizing they're only a tiny little bit away from you. You don't want a message that just says your loved one is okay, but so are you. Are you okay? Are you doing what you should be doing? Are you doing something that enables flow in your life forevermore? Are you part of that evolution of your soul that continues to live in another place, in another space, in another vibration? Are you? You know, for as long as I can remember, the energy that I transmute, share with you, the energies, the feelings, I've always brought through humor. And I can remember kind of being a bit gobsmacked when they started to do that. But then it just became part of me until what I described in part 1 of this series. That was something different that night. That was for the people in that room to experience. Humor is uplifting. Laughter is uplifting. Voice and song is also uplifting. Spirit, angels, gods, they're not always solemn. They might come through and say, and I might say, well, they were really sad or they were really this, but then that disappears because I've told you, you don't keep that. Some of the most healing moments come from when we laugh, when we have laughter through the veil, when we laugh and connect to those that have passed over. At the show, at the weekend, I laughed, they laughed, and yet the messages were no less sacred. I can see people's eyes when they're receiving, when they know what I'm saying is accurate. I never ask for feedback on that time. I'm not the kind of medium that will say, oh, I've got your granny here. She's wearing a pink skirt and a purple jumper and she's holding something in her hand. Do you understand that? I don't do that, because if they don't understand it and Granny's showing it, then they can't remember when she wore that clothing. I believe that everything that I'm giving is for you, so therefore I don't ask for clarification. Very occasionally I'll ask, like when I got the lady's mum, I knew that it was a recent passing, but I didn't say that. I just said, would you understand mum in spirit? And she said, yes, she passed a month ago. And that was confirmation for me, because I knew it was a fresh energy. That kind of thing I might say, but I never ask for confirmation of what I'm pulling through, because it's for you. It's where it's supposed to be. So laughter opens all that up. Laughter is a medicine. That's what they say. Laughter is the best medicine. I wonder who originally said that. And spirit. They all love to deliver it. I like to say souls, not spirit, really. So the souls love to deliver. It might not be your soul that's delivering, your loved one's soul that's delivering the humour, but somebody will be coming in doing it. And it's to keep the room uplifted, to keep their energies high, to let you go out of there feeling uplifted. So if you ever see me on a stage again with my microphone, expect both tears and giggles, because the soul speaks in more than silence. So you can think probably of all the different mediums, psychics that you've seen. It's good to compare. Think about it now. How did you feel? Not whether you liked the person or not. That's got absolutely nothing to do with it. How did you feel with the energies that were produced in that room? How did you feel? Think about it. You know, one of the things I always ask the universe, excuse me, and this is one of the last things I think, I always want to be able to sing. Those of you that know me know that I can't. And even I can't sing to the point of your souls will give me a song and I try and sing it because I don't know the title. And there are a few people that can interpret that for me. But there's a lot of people, it's like, what are you trying to sing, Jan? I do ask for my voice, my singing voice. Maybe my singing voice might come in the future. Maybe the voice that's changing now will become a singing voice, and then you will have a show, a true galactic, multidimensional speaking, singing show. Who knows? So I'll just put that back out there. Let's see what happens. You heard that here first. Let's see what happens. So since that night, last Friday, and I've felt it coming for years, I've always known there's more. Always felt something was not moving, but it was. Felt the tiny steps. Now I felt a massive shift. So we have to do the tiny steps to get the massive shift. It's a bit like the old-fashioned dance, cha-cha-cha. So it's 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. So the tiny steps are the cha-cha-cha, and the 1, 2 are the bigger steps. So the bigger steps, big step, cha-cha-cha. Big step, put it into place. Big step, practice it. So you can see I haven't got the voice for singing, but that just came into my mind, the rhythm of the cha-cha-cha. If you don't know what I'm talking about because you're too young, it's that rhythm. And that's what you've got. The rhythm of the 2 steps forward, put it into place. 3 steps forward, put it into place. And if you feel like you're stuck, can't move forward, don't know what the hell to do with your life, get on my Realign course. It will be very close after this podcast has landed. Love it. I'll create a space for you. I'll create your space. I'll create the space. You're in it. Connect to your soul. Whoa, off we go. So let's connect in the community. They're not just mediumship nights. They're not just spiritual shows, but a new form of sacred gathering. And that's what I'm looking for into the future. This is where I'm going. A Galactic Soul Show with psychic, medium, evidence, or whatever you want to say. Galactic energy, humor, memory, and multidimensional connections that all coexist. You know, excuse me, coughing. Let me have a drink. I usually have a drink with you. I've stopped drinking my hot water with lemon and honey. I've got electrolytes at the moment. I've got keto electrolytes because I feel they're better for me. I have 2 big ones a day. But anyway, thank you for that. So I'm going to be giving you the Galactic Soul Show, where everything and anything that wants to come through is welcome. I will trigger something in you that needs to be opened so you can see your life's purpose. People aren't just going to sit and watch. They'll remember. They'll remember in their soul. They'll have aha moments. Remember, I'm not here to prove anything. I'm here to share, be open, and give you what the universe knows that you need. I'm not here to prove. I'm here to present what is already happening. So if you believe that we can access all different dimensions, if you believe that your soul has experienced everything before that you're going through, that you're moving forward to, that is what we're connecting to. Where I went on Friday night has triggered, it's opened, it's closed, it's given me a shift. It's given me a shift in that direction that I needed. What was the feeling of dread that I told you about in part 1 of this? I don't know. I don't know what that feeling was. But I know that I'm going to go back there. So I'm still a medium. I'm still a psychic. I still see into futures. I'm still a medium. I connect to the souls of your loved ones that have passed over. But I'm not just the one who passes on messages. I hold everything where it is supposed to be for you. I give you a soul mirror. So I'm placing the mirror in front of you so you can see, feel, sense, and remember your soul's energy and why it is here. And I believe mediumship is not dying. I believe that mediumship is evolving. And if you just say, I'm a medium and nothing else, then you will be missing out on so much in your life. So I will still deliver the mediumship, the psychic, but I'll also bring in that amazing galactic soul show energy for moving forward. If you're feeling this, if you're still listening, you have always known you were meant to speak, connect and activate. You know that. Now it's your time. It is your time to do this. How can I channel a book almost in a weekend, publish it and people buy it? How can I do that? Jan cannot or has never. The energy of the connection to the galactic does. I believe that when my generation, like my mum's still alive, she's 91 nearly, her generation, some of my generation, like I said, I'm 65. So a lot of 65-year-olds are stuck in the mud. They've never moved forward. They've never evolved. They don't use computers, all that kind of thing. Those people, when those people have all transitioned, what is left? What is left is the evolvement of mediumship, of psychic, of galactic soul shows. That's what's left. Because the people that are left will want more and they will get more. And it's up to us, me, and people like me, because no one's the same as each other, who's been chosen to deliver this. That's what it's all about. Evolving and change. Having your mirror stuck in front of your face so that you can see who you really are. If it doesn't feel right, it isn't right. You know, there's a whole lot of stuff that needs to go to enable future movement. So if you want to reach out to me, if you want to listen again, that would be good. And we've also got the Flick Oracle book out now. The Flick Oracle book is, instead of using what most people use as oracle cards, it's not connecting to tarot or replacing tarot in any way, shape or form. That's an art in itself. This, the Flick book, let me get my copy. Let me get my copy here. So the Flick Oracle is the book that came to me in just a whiz. It came from some galactic source. So the Flick Oracle book is very tactile. I was going to say textile, very tactile on the front cover. And you literally flick it like this. And it's made in the shape that it is, so it's flickable. So we're all going to be flicking. But there's going to be a series of flicks which are underway at the moment. So I'm just going to flick and then I'll read to you where it lands. So this flick, the intention of this flick is to give something that lands with the listener. Stop. We've got number 24. Where in my life am I being asked to fully receive? That's a question. Number 4 is all about the chalice of divine feminine. I am a holy vessel and I receive. The message is, the sacred cup is filling. Receive beauty, softness, and intuition. You do not need to pour endlessly. Allow the refill. To be filled is not indulgence, it is preparation. Open your palms and let grace spill in. This is Feminine Embrace. And that's number 24 in the Flick Oracle book, which was published on the 6th of the 6th. Strange thing really with that, because I wanted to publish it on the 3rd of June, and all the numbers added up to 3, which is my number, born 3rd of the 3rd, and a whole lot more. And then something went wrong with the publishing, and I thought, well, I wonder why that is. Anyway, I realised that was an ex's birthday, and I don't know if that was the reason or just some other reason. But I then decided on the 6th of the 6th, which is an amazing portal for productivity, passion and purpose, but it also still added up to 3. So sometimes things go wrong to go right. Never ever forget that, will you? Never forget that something can go wrong to go right. So that's the Flick Oracle book. Oracle as in Oracle book, not Oracle cards. Keep showing up for the messages. That is you. So yes, the galactic field is present. No, it doesn't mean flashing lights and sci-fi stories. It means I open the door to more, and I trust the right people will walk through it. So when I say Galactic Soul Show, I don't mean costumes and spaceships. I mean messages that come from beyond our known understanding, sometimes from spirits and souls, sometimes from star families, but always with love. It's the soul state that really resonates with me, really, really strongly resonates with me. Don't forget you can find everything that I do on janmayfield.com. Go to /realign to join the Realign course now, and you won't be sad. You won't be disappointed. You will evolve and find your soul purpose. See you on the next episode. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Your support is much appreciated. Please consider leaving a review, sharing on social media, and telling your friends about my podcast. You can also join my newsletter at janmayfield.com. Remember, take what resonates from Zoetic Chat and enrich your life with wisdom in all areas. And stay tuned for the next episode.